Thing You Need to Know. This is my most favorite book of all time. This is the book that began so many things for me. This was a book that I discovered in the library called Griffin and Sabine, The Extraordinary Correspondence, and that part is the important part. It had a very strange time, probably about 6th grade, and I remember finding this in the library and being astonished by what I found inside, which included actual letters. And what's even more important than the fact that there were these tactile letters within a book, within an actual book, was the story that they were telling. And for a young person, 12, 13, a romance has a very particular sort of appeal, and a romance between artists, artists of extraordinary capability, finding one another psychically across the world, watching each other create and make art slowly over decades, determining who the other was and where to find them. And over the series of books that finally came to a close not too long ago, maybe in 2016, I think, with the Thero Skate. They go through an extraordinary correspondence. The book is made up entirely of their letters and postcards, their art, taking twists and turns that you would not expect, the challenges of these two characters coming together. One, Griffin, a London-based artist who's neurotic and anguished and depressed, heartbroken, and Sabine in the South Seas on an island, emotional, sensual, relaxed, trusting, secure. You can see it in her handwriting. I can even find one of her letters in here, along with her delicate little drawings. I love this handwriting. Soon, I loved the ink. I loved the italics of it. her art along the side. I loved how she expressed herself, and was so romantically clear and ready and patient. She was someone I instantly wanted to be, this fictional woman in these fictional islands in the South Seas. And this was a book there was no one to share with, so I am delighted to share it with you now. It has become sort of a theme, it has a place in my life, and it has for a long time. I've gotten the chance to see the author, Luc Bantog, speak. I've gone to his exhibitions, the Forgetting Room, which was incredible. Yeah, it's touched me deeply. There is, and I feel like this too is sort of a sacred unknown knowledge, but there is a CD-ROM, which sounds very old to say. It sounds very antiquated as a phrase, but a CD-ROM that was created in 1997. I think covering the first 3 books. And it's spoken by Isabella Rossellini and Paul McCann, and I wanted for a very long time to find it, but back in those days it was so obscure that it was out of my grasp, and I forgot about it until not too long ago, discovering via the magic of YouTube, magic of an internet that holds everything everywhere. I found this recording. It was called and is called Ceremony of Innocence, based on a quote from Yeats that is a part of the art in the book. And I remember sobbing after listening to it for the first time, because it felt like this is the way I understand romance. This is the way I understand trust in relationships. This is the way I understand two minds coming together. And it wasn't until much later, when I heard the author speak, that I came to understand sort of the secondary meaning of these books, of the two parts of an artist's mind speaking to one another. The rational, serious Griffin, the free and uninhibited Sabine, reaching for one another, reaching to make one another whole. The alchemical result of these two unique properties coming together within art, the necessity of one to the other. And it was an extraordinary revelation. There's that word again, extraordinary. As someone who's tried to be a creative, it made a lot of sense to me. But of course, I still hung on to the romantic notion, the literal sense of the book, of two hearts, two souls, two beings that could psychically connect, that could find one another despite all odds, and know that they were a match. They were right for one another, and they just had to do what they had to do to get connected. They had to overcome the lack of trust that the other could even exist, and they had to find the place where that meeting could stick. And I can only recommend that if you are a like-minded soul that might be listening to a quiet person be quiet on a Saturday, or whensoever you happen to listen to this, that you seek them out and read them. Sure, I will link below, as people show below. I will share the link to the recording of Ceremony of Innocence, and you can see if it's as meaningful to you as it is to me. Yeah, I think we should all be so lucky as to find these stories that make us feel for one, feel seen, feel understood, feel like all of our secret knowings, all of our deepest selves have a place. Have someone who understands, someone who thinks they're worthy of putting into script, someone who doesn't say, hey, you need to change that, you need to be different, you need to be other than you are, be normal, be safe, be conformist, to be okay, that this is good, and maybe it's beautiful. Now, of course, this is a complicated way to experience a romantic life. Painful way, in fact, and much growing has to come from the place where these books will leave you. But I think when you understand a true part of yourself as a lowercase romantic, it's okay to not need to change that. It's okay to want a love like that. And it's okay to work yourself towards a relationship that feels the way a relationship that you admire, fictional or otherwise, feels. Life will bring its own details and adjustments, and every side has to give a little. There has to be patience and understanding, and also taking care of yourself, clarity. Those are important things too. But when you're deep down connected, you feel like it's possible to be deep down connected to somebody. I think so many things can be overcome. So, put my sheet back in the book so that I do not lose her. It really is incredible. I mean, it really is incredible, the art in here. And of course, I encourage you to kind of get your own copy and experience it. And there's too much, I think, here to share anyway. But it's beautiful. thank you for spending a little time with me today and hearing about this extraordinary correspondence. I hope that whatever you're doing with the rest of your day or the rest of your night, that your dreams are sweet and productive, and your day is restful and restorative. You are, as an audience member, growing increasingly important to me, and I hope you're doing well. If there's anything you'd like to request or any comments you'd like to share, those are always very appreciated. And I will see you next Saturday, if not before, with a little surprise. We'll see you then.